Harshita. I'm a yoga instructor and a clinical and functional nutritionist. So in this session, we are going to cover about food and nutrition. We are going to cover the basics of food and nutrition, how it is classified, why hydration is equally important, and the food groups and the balanced plate. So I hope you're able to see this. I'll just adjust and zoom. Okay. So yeah, as I told you, the session we are going back to basics, what food really is, why hydration matters, and how both of them work together to keep you healthy. We are no longer going to focus on trends and hype principles which are going in the market right. So let's start with what is food. So can somebody tell me what is food? We have been eating food for a long time. So now tell me what is food. Okay, let me only tell you. Okay, food is anything that a person consumes, but not to just satisfy your hunger. It is to fulfill your growth, repair, and survival needs as well. So basically, food is fuel plus repair plus protection. Now, this food is made up of different nutrients. Okay, which nutrients now you would ask me? So these nutrients are classified into two. First one is macronutrient. Second one is micronutrient. Now, this macronutrient is required in larger amounts as compared to micronutrients, as in it is required in grams. Okay, now this macronutrient is further divided into three, usually four, because but three are considered important according to theory. So, this first one is carbohydrate. The carbohydrates are our main sources of energy. The second one is proteins. Proteins are essential for growth and repair of your tissues. The third one is lipids, that is fat. These are also required to maintain the hormone production plus the absorption of vitamin A, D, E, and K. Now, the fourth one, which one is missing here in the chart, is water because we do require it in larger amounts. Okay. Now, the second classification is micronutrients. These are required comparatively in smaller amounts, that is, in micrograms or in milligrams. Now, these also have three classifications. The first one is vitamins. Vitamins are required for your biochemical reactions, that is, your immunity, your healing, all the processes in your cellular level. Okay. Now the second one is mineral. Now mineral is equally important because this is also required for our bone reconstruction, for our heart contraction and etc., which we'll see further in detail. Now the third one is phytonutrients or antioxidant. Now what are these phytonutrients? Each fruit and vegetable you see has a color. Okay. Now, this color comes from phytochemicals or phytonutrients. What they do, these act as antioxidants. So basically, antioxidants are stuff which reduces the oxidative stress in your body. Now, what is this oxidative stress, you would ask? Every time you eat food,
Ashita, I think there
it's
is some issue in
converted
the
into
voice.
energy through the
Hello.
oxidation of that. Now, this oxidation creates stress in our body. Okay. Now, this stress is reduced by these phytochemicals or antioxidants. Right. Now we know what are macro and macronutrients. Now, based on these functions, this food is divided. Just a second. I audible clearly to you? Am I audible to you all? Okay. So let's start from where we left. So yes, I have told you about macro and micronutrients. Now this food is further classified on the basis of their functions. Okay, let's see. The first one is energy yielding foods. Now, these foods are rich in carbs or fats. Example is rice, wheat, millet, fruits, ghee, oil, sugar, and everything you remember about carbs and fats. Now, energy yielding foods means they are providing us the energy. They are the primary source of our energy. Now, the energy from these foods are used in the processes like walking, physical activities like walking, exercises, and your daily activities, plus your breathing, your circulation, your respiration. Okay. The second one is bodybuilding foods. Protein rich foods. The foods those are rich in proteins are considered bodybuilding foods. Now, these are required for, again, I've told you before, growth, repair, muscle building, and healing during an injury. Okay. The third one is protective foods. Now, what are these protective foods? The vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytochemicals. These foods includes fruits, vegetable, milk, and also include water and fiber. Okay, now these you already know that vitamins provide us immunity, healing, antioxidant reduces our oxidative stress. Okay, so they are of course a protective. Do you have any doubts till now? Would you like to ask anything or want me to clear something from these slides we have learned? No? So let's move forward. Let's start with hydration. So, what do you mean by hydration? So, hydration basically means that the balance in your electrolytes are such that it is vital for providing the needs of the organs, tissues, and all the systems of your body. Okay, now you might think that hydration can be only through water, but this is not the case. Hydration, the water is direct source of hydration, whereas indirect sources of water include your salads, your fruits, your soups, your coconut water, your herbal teas, your infused water, right? Now, why hydration is important? So, hydration is important for transport of nutrients. Like, water acts as a highway between your salt, sugar, mineral, vitamins to your organs. So, basically, it transports nutrients from the main position to the organs. The second one is temperature regulation, maintaining your body temperature. The third one is lubrication. Now you already know that your mucous membrane, your eyes, your nose has some amount of water in it that provides moisture to your mucous membranes. The fourth one is detoxification. Now, how does water helps in detoxification? We already know through urine, sweat, and your stools. Water helps kidneys and livers to remove harmful substances from your body. Now, joint and organ protection. Now we know that we have synovial fluid in between our bones and joints, right? Now, this synovial fluid has a large part of water to it. So again, the hydration becomes important for us. Electrolyte balance we have already talked about. It is the main. Otherwise, your BP would fluctuate often. Now, how much water do we need? How to find this out? Can somebody tell me how much water you all need? Be interactive a little bit. Okay, so according to a yogic perspective, it is believed we should have water when we feel thirsty, but that we should listen to our body's sign when we feel thirsty and have water. But practically, it is not possible. Why? Why it is not possible? Because we are already juggling with so many responsibilities. We are spending most of our time in front of digital devices, right? So we don't have time to sit and listen to our feelings that we need water or not. So that's why we have general guidelines of drinking water just 2 3 liters per day. Now 2 liters generally means 8 glasses of water. Those are minimum, right? Now, I have been dealing with my clients, and according to my records, I believe that people are drinking less than 1.5 liters of water every day, which is approx 3 to 5 glasses of water they are drinking. You're forgetting water so much. Okay. Now, easy rule that you are dehydrated or not. What is this easy rule? To check your urine color. Okay. If it's pale yellow, you are hydrated enough. It's dark yellow, you are dehydrated. And if there's no color, the urine is white in color, it means that you're overhydrated. But I would not believe so because most of the people, when they drink water, they feel more energized. Now, as I said, that thirst is not always reliable. You should not rely on thirst as to consume water. Okay. Now, let's see. Till you feel thirst, you would know that you are only 1 to 2% already dehydrated. Okay. So, it is less reliable even in older adults because they have weaker mechanisms and weaker transport chains. Now, uh, this 2 to 3 liters of water depends on your activity and climate as well. Okay, if you're exercising enough more than what's needed, you would need more water, right? Now, this thing, caffeine and alcohol reduces thirst. Also, they are diuretic, increases the urine output, but also decreases the thirst. So it confuses our brain signals as to we are thirsty or not, right? So, what is the best tip? Keep sipping water throughout the day. Don't wait for the thirst. Now, second one we have is early sign of dehydration, which we all experience, but we often ignore. Right? We have dry mouth or sticky tongue, which we usually ignore. We ignore the dark yellow urine. We ignore the headache, dizziness, fatigue or low energy, and difficulty focusing or brain fog. These are early signs of dehydration, right? And these almost most people experience, but they would not know it's dehydration, right? The later signs of dehydration is very dark urine or very little urine. The second one is rapid heartbeat or low blood pressure. Now, how this low blood pressure happens, as I've told you, the electrolyte balance goes out of the place. Sodium potassium balance goes out of the place. Sunken eyes, dry skin, we already know. Muscle cramps. So, people those who exercise and drink less water often experiences muscle cramps or weakness. Okay, they often experience vomiting. I've seen a lot of students, those who join the first session or during the first month, when they exercise, they often feel like vomiting or nauseatic a lot of times. Now, the we have also confusion, irritability, poor coordination. In severe cases, you can also get a heat stroke or you can maybe fall down. Okay, don't drink enough water. Do you have any questions now? Do you want to ask something or I shall move forward? Okay, I believe this is understandable to you all and this is basic for you all, right? Now we have come to food groups. Now government has given us two food groups, that is five food group system and seven food group system. Now there's no difference in between them, just that I'll show you how. This is the five food group system. What this group suggests while you have play, while you have your lunch or dinner, you should keep in your mind that you're including all these four, five things for a balanced plate. Okay. Now, the first food group is cereals, millets, or grain. These can include your rice, wheat, oats, finger millet, bajra. Now, this food group is responsible for our major source of energy. That is, they are source of our carbohydrates. Okay. Now, the second food group is pulses, legumes, nuts, oilseeds. Now, these are quite protein building for our body for vegetarians. Okay. The examples are soy, almonds, peanuts. We also have chickpeas, cowpeas, etc. The third food group is milk and milk products, meat, fish, and eggs. Now, these are the combination of our protein, calcium, vitamin B12, vitamin D if we are consuming non-veg, plus iron. Okay, again, if we consume non-veg sources. As it is written, for vegetarians, the highest protein source could be paneer, curd, and soy. Soy will come in above. Okay, non-veg, we have lean meats and eggs. Now, the fourth group is vegetables and fruits. Now, again, as I've told you, these are vitamin, minerals, and fibers. They act as protective foods, keep our digestion, skin health, and immunity strong. Fifth group is our fats and sugar. These contains our oil, butter, jaggery, and honey. They are concentrated energy. Now, what do you believe by concentrated energy? See, I have told you that the first energy source in our body is what? I just told you. What is the first source of energy in our body? Can somebody tell me? We have discussed this twice. Yeah.
Carbohydrate.
Yes, perfect. So first our carbohydrates gets utilized. If we are having more than the amount of fat we are supposed to eat, these fat get stored in the form of concentrated energy. Now, when you are in the phase of your starvation, these fats come up as a energy source.
Excuse me, ma'am.
And many of you have already heard about keto diet, right?
Excuse me,
So in
ma'am.
keto diet, we follow the same principle. We don't eat carbs at all, keep it to the negligible amount. We use fat as the source of energy. So that fat is used and our body is used to using fat as energy. Okay. Now these must be limited and chosen wisely. Now can somebody tell me how many spoons of oil should you use? And what is that spoon? Is it tablespoon or teaspoon? Can somebody tell me if they have any idea? How much oil we should use? Tell me. So these are basically 5 teaspoons of oil for a person. Okay, so that's why it is placed on the top, right? We should use it sparingly. Fats and sugars are used sparingly. Now, as we discussed, we are starting from the very basic bread and cereals. Give me a minute. Okay, so we see the first one, the first pyramid in our food group is bread, cereal, rice, and pasta. Okay, how many servings a day we are allowed to eat carb-rich foods? 6 to 11 servings Why? Because those are the main energy sources of our body, and when we cannot live without it. Because our brain uses approx 70 gram of glucose every day, which comes from the carb sources. Now, the second source, second food group, the second pyramid comes fruit group and vegetable. We are, of course, going to see the quantities later. This is just I'm going to show you how it works. Okay. Now, the fourth group is third and fourth group is meat, poultry, dish, as I have discussed, and its products, meat and other sources. This is a five food group system. Whenever you eat, we are going to keep in mind that we have all these food groups. Okay, we are not missing out on any single. Now, what is seven food group? The same. But what it is done, these fruit and vegetable group are separated, meat and milk group is separate. So we get two extra groups. Any other thing is not different. Okay. Do you want to ask any question? Now the thing is, why two groups came into existence. First, it was a seven food group system. This is older and it has a wider concept. Okay. Now, this one fifth came in later and has a little bit narrow aspect. There's no difference as such. If you want to ask questions, you can ask in chat box or unmute and ask the questions. I can see the chats. Hmm. Okay. Do you want to ask the question? No? Shall I move forward? Okay, so now I'm moving forward with balanced diet and healthy play. So we have already learned the factors we are going to include in a balanced play. Now we are going to focus on the quantities. Okay, understanding portions. Now, as I've already told you that carbs are the main sources of energy. So that is definitely a thing that we are going to include carbs more. Okay, in our plate, that is 45 to 60%. Now, why this is not fixed? Why it is 45 to 65%? Because it depends on your weight loss or weight gain goal or any goal you are aiming for. If you are going for weight loss, you could keep it to 45 to 50%. If you want to gain weight, you can keep it to 65% also, right? Now, protein stands as 10 to 35%, but now we already know there's so much about protein in the internet. 1 gram per body weight is the correct protein we are going to take. Okay. So, whatever your ideal body weight is, suppose if I am 80 kgs, okay, and I am overweight. So I'm not going to take 80 grams of protein for me. I will take protein according to what my ideal body weight is. Suppose my ideal body weight is 50. So I'm going to start with 50, not 80, right? Now fats come up to 20 to 35%. Now we have fixed values about proteins and fats. I told you 1 gram per body fat. Sorry, body weight. Ideal body weight is for protein. Now, what's for fat? We are not going to extend it beyond 35 grams. Our aim is to keep it in between 25 to 30 grams of fat in a day. Now, whenever you see you're eating cookies from outside or any chocolate you want to eat or any breakfast cereal like oats or muesli, you're going to see in the label that there is approx 10 grams of sugar already present in it. Okay, so once you eat the packaged food which has 10 gram of sugar in it, how you're going to balance the rest 20 grams throughout the day? Because we have fat from the natural sources also. That's why we often don't prefer packaged food from outside, especially those are sweet. Okay, now this is repeated. So daily intake for 2000 calorie diet. Now this ICMR is Indian Council of Medical Research. Okay, they have given these values. Okay, now these cereals are the carb sources. We are going to restrict carb approx 250 grams per day. Okay, now understand one thing, that any food does not have only one macronutrient. Suppose I am taking egg. What we considered egg as? We considered egg as a protein source, right? But we already know that we don't have only protein in eggs. We also have carbs and fats along with it. Vitamins and minerals are, of course, the part of it, but I'm talking about macronutrients. So any food is not incomplete. It definitely has carbs, protein, and fats in it. But the thing is, one macronutrient is richer than the everyone. Okay. So if you are making a plate for yourself and it has chapatis, it has eggs, it has dal or vegetables, you are going to calculate carb from everything. Okay, then it is going to make a full 50 gram or 33-gram carb, right? So same goes for vegetables. We are going for the 400 grams of vegetables. I often give 150 gram of fruits per day and 400 grams of vegetable. Now this vegetable does not come from only salads. Okay, this can come from the vegetable you cook or raw. Anything you are comfortable eating. Now, these fruits, we often overdo fruits, okay, but 150 to 2 gram is okay to complete and will fulfill your daily requirement. Okay, I have seen people eating more fruits and lesser vegetables, right? Now, next comes your pulses, eggs, flesh foods, that is your protein. Now, we should not exceed protein beyond 85 gram from coming from pulses, okay? Because anything in excess we know will harm, okay, us. So, if we are going for excess of protein from your pulses, it can bring purine and definitely put a stress on our kidneys. So, anything excess is not desirable. Now, nuts and seeds. These are also overdone by a lot of people. We often eat a lot of seeds which are not required. Okay, so 35 gram of nuts and seeds are okay. Now, the fats and oil, as I've already told you, fats and oil should be limited to 30 gram only, and sugar as well. Now, tell me how much sugar we should eat daily. You have told me about the oil. Can you tell me about sugar? How much sugar should we eat? Do you know? No? 55 gram of sugar again is the max we are supposed to eat. Not 1 tablespoon. 5 teaspoons are okay. Okay, done. So it would be around 2.5 tablespoons. But for fats and oil, I would always say that the lesser is the better. Okay. Now, this fat, if you are confused, should come from which source, like refined oil or ghee or butter or anything you are confused about, you can take it. But the main issue is we are going to focus on the basics. The main thing is we are going to control the portions. Okay, I've seen a lot of reels about not taking the refined oil, but this is not the case. Even if the oil is not refined, if you are taking 10 tablespoons of ghee daily, it is going to harm you. It is going to harm your blood vessels, right? So, yeah. Now, this is WHO recommendations of fruits and vegetables. Now, 400 grams of fruits and vegetables per day is recommended, but I believe having 400 grams of vegetables and fruits, 150 grams a day. Now, 5 servings is not fixed. You can have it in servings or together. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now, this is how you will create your plate. How? Half plates of vegetables and fruits. Okay. Now, 1/4 plate is of whole grains. Now, this 1/4 plate of whole grains won't contain 250 grams of carbs in a go. This is like dividing the meals according to you. And one food plate of protein rich foods. 85 gram is not fixed. You have to take it according to your ideal body weight. Oils and fats, again 27 grams, but you don't need to add it separately. We already have it in the form of cooked vegetables or through chapati. And this is how your plate should look like. Okay? I've never seen anyone who is eating like this for now, but we should eat like this. Okay? So this is protein. Protein can come from your vegetarian sources and non-vegetarian sources. This one is grain and starch. Again, can come from any sources. Fruits and vegetables that can be cooked and uncooked. Now I have to burst one myth about protein, that animal protein is more absorbable other than plant protein. But this is not the case. Protein is protein. Your body doesn't know where it is coming from. Yeah, plant protein lack a few things, but we are going to eat in combination and balance them. Okay, so we don't need to fear anything. We just need to focus on our basic side. This grain and starch again can come from your wheat chapati, can come from your millet chapati, can come from your corn, from oats, anything. Okay, you don't need to avoid any particular thing as such. So basically, we are going to eat in portions and not focus on the other things. Right? Now, if you have any questions, you can ask me in a chat box or you can just unmute your mic and ask me the questions. If I can hear, I think Harsha ma'am was constantly speaking, but I couldn't hear it. I don't know why. Yeah, I still cannot. Though my speaker volume is completely full, I still cannot hear you. Okay, I have a question. You can ignore sugar. You can, definitely. It's your take. If you want to ignore sugar, you can. Don't take any specific time we need to follow. Not as such, but in a normal healthy adult, there is no time as such. You can take it anytime. But if you have any other illness like diabetes, we are going to control the timings. Otherwise, it's fine. According to yoga perspective, again, it is believed that we should not eat fruit at night, but your body is very smart. It can take it. Okay. So you don't need to worry about it. But just make sure you are going to include everything. Okay. You're not eating fruits alone. You're eating it with some other source, protein source or some other source. Suggest. Yeah, some people do suggest not to consume in the evening, but yeah, you can. There's nothing wrong. So if you're a person who have insulin resistance, PCOS, diabetes, then you can think to ignore the fruits in the evening and complete it by the noon. But otherwise, there is no such issue, right? So any other questions you have? I tried to complete the basics only because I don't wanted to keep the session so long and so, you know, can we have fruits just as lunch? Again, as I told you, I have just told you about the portion sizes and the balanced plate method. So I have got a question, just can we have fruits just as lunch? No, I would not suggest it. We have just studied about the balanced plate method. We need to have everything in your plate in the proportions we have learned. Okay, like we do fasting someday. Fasting is, yeah, of course you can have during that time because we are not having any other carb sources during fasting. So fruits help us get the quick energy, right? Fasting you can definitely eat. Otherwise, I would suggest to have a balanced plate only, right? Uh, Keep the questions coming. If you have any other related to anything according to your issue or something or your lifestyle, you can ask them. Okay, I don't see any question coming. So you don't have any questions, I believe. Everything is clear. So tell me what was the first meal you had in the morning? First meal when you woke up, except water, okay? Tell me what did you have?
I had a moong dal dosa, the pesarattu.
Cannot hear.
I had a moong
Tell
dal dosa.
moong dal toast. Is it?
Dosa. Pesarattu.
Okay. Better option. Yes. Can somebody else tell me who else had tea in the morning? Tea or coffee in the morning? First thing in the morning? Okay, milk, oats with fruits. Yeah, great option. Great option. Now, can you tell me what is the protein source? What is the carb source? And what is the source of vitamins and minerals you are already getting? Rekha ma'am, can you tell me what is the carb source in this and what is the protein source in this?
Uh, Carbs are milk is protein and calcium.
Yeah.
Done.
And carbs?
And fruits and some fruits has also carbs.
Yeah. So oats is also a carbs, okay. Fruits are definitely
Yes.
carbs. A lot of fruits have carbs only. Yeah.
Yes.
And oats is also a carbs. I had tea in the morning. Okay, Sunday it is allowed, but do not have tea early in the morning every day. Okay. You can have
But
later, but do not try to
but
have
we
only
but
in the morning.
with
Okay.
without tea can't start a day.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. It is for a lot of people, but I believe it is a mentality only. Once you start reducing the tea to half cup and then no cup, you can definitely manage. It's a withdrawal syndrome, you know. Anything you are eating for long, you'll have the habit of eating it, and when you don't eat, won't feel satisfied at all. So, yeah, this is a withdrawal syndrome. You had jar roti. Okay. So it is again an incomplete meal. So two incomplete meals together we got jar roti and tea. With tea, you might have also had some, biscuits and everything, which are again unhealthy. So having first thing as a tea in the morning will reduce your thirst and hunger both. You know. It's okay. Now that you have learned about the balanced plate method, at least in your lunch, breakfast, and dinner, try to incorporate your plate as such that you have half vegetables, half carbs, and half proteins. Okay. What should we have in the morning? So, you should have in the morning your breakfast first at 9 a.m. if you can, on at 7 a.m. Now, you can have so many things at breakfast. You can have milk oats, as Rekha ma'am told, but oats should not be again that sugar coated oats or flavored oats. Okay. Oats should be simply simple oats. Okay. Then you can flavor it with fruits. Okay. Fruits have the flavor. So you can have chilas also. You can blend your moong dal and make chilas out of it. Have it with paneer. You can have paneer toast. You can have avocado toast if you're not from India. Okay.
I
So you
give
can include protein.
sometime dosa with paneer
Yeah,
filling.
dosa is also fine. Idli is also fine. It has dal, protein, and we are getting a lot of vitamins and minerals through saturated fat through coconut chutney. Yeah, you can have,
Yeah.
but the meal should be fuller. Tea is not fuller. Okay, it is not providing you anything except 3 grams protein per cup and sugar. Okay, that
I
is
ate,
it.
I ate everything with tea, but tea is without sugar.
Yeah, okay. It should be reversed, no? Weekdays should be starting with your fruits and everything you wish to, and the 2 days should start with tea.
I have taken 3 or 4
Reverse.
teas a day without sugar.
Okay, okay. No problem. So nice time taking your session. If you have any questions, you can drop. I'm waiting for the next 2 minutes to end this meeting. I'll share you this PDF so that it's helpful for you to create and start creating a balanced plate. Okay. At least 3 meals you should start having this balanced plate method. Okay. I'll wait for 2 more minutes and then we will end this session.
I just have something interesting to share. My mum was
I
drinking
don't know
tea.
why I'm not able to hear anybody's voice. Can you type in the chat box, please? I don't know why my laptop is behaving this way.
But her voice is clear. I can listen.
Can you repeat again?
I was sharing something. My mom used to drink tea and she stopped for the last 1 week for some reason. And she was
Mhm.
sleeping better. She had some withdrawal symptoms of, having a headache and everything. But after that week of, bearing with those symptoms, her sleep quality is better and she doesn't crave tea anymore. Tea is not great.
Exactly, exactly. Withdrawal symptoms happen with anything you leave. Okay. If you even if you're eating chewing gums every day, and then once you stop, you are not going to feel like stopping it. Okay. So that's with tea. Once you stop tea, your inflammation, morning inflammation in the body goes, and you will feel a lot better. A lot better if you have fuller meals. So yes, you can leave tea. You can have it in the evening, no problem, but don't have it first thing in the morning. How are the classes going to be next week onwards? What are the subjects and how the sessions? Okay, this sir will share with you. I have already shared with him, and you are going to receive all the details. So in the course, we have lot and lot of things. This was just basic, and I don't want it to include only theory, but add something practical to it so that you learn from here. Okay, you learn from this one session also. I guess you all learned at least creating a plate for yourselves today and what are the sources you get from each thing. Okay.
Is
So the
this a
course will have a lot
weight
of
loss journey? Ashita, is
yes,
this a weight loss journey also?
what I cannot hear.
Is this the weight of journey? Weight loss journey?
I still cannot hear. I don't know why my laptop is
Maybe
behaving.
there is some issue at the teacher end. She is not able to hear the
Yeah,
voice. There is some issue at the computer, at the laptop, at Arshita's side. So please type your question in the chat box, and
yes,
we
please.
will
I'll
we
get
will
this
take
issue
care.
fixed. Definitely. I don't know why it's happening today. Okay, you can type in the, yeah. Is this weight loss journey? She's asking. Which one? This course journey is not weight loss journey. It is a learning journey. And then you can also do your weight loss. Okay. Because we are going to learn how do we lose weight, how do we gain weight, how do we plan diets in different situations. So definitely we are going to learn how to do your own weight loss. We are also going to learn how to plan your diet, okay, according to your bodily needs. So of course, it's not just weight loss. You can also learn weight gain. You can help other people gain weight and lose weight and or help with all the other symptoms as well. Okay. So shall I end the class now? It's already 11:50, I guess. I hope you enjoyed the class. You learned something. You will incorporate everything. From now, just start incorporating. I had a good time meeting you all. Bye. Take care. We have 4 new chats. Okay. Okay, bye. Take care. Welcome. Thank you all for joining.